Rony, very happy to be here, and thank you very much for having me sitting down and spending a day with you today.
Thank you.
Yeah. I just like to sit down and talk to you today. It's about your profession or your passion as a hotel man. People knows you as a condo man.
That's
recently,
right. Yes.
but you were born from the hospitality business.
That's right.
Right, because I remember it very well because I live across the road from the Nova Lodge. It was Nipa Lodge before when you actually came down and thank you, and took over the hotel. So we'll have a lot to talk about that as well today.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was the same year you opened Pattaya Mill, 94.
Correct. We opened in 1993. That's when you took over the hotel, and then you started.
We sort of started in the same time, more or less. You know, you started your newspaper. I started my first hotel, which was the Nova Lodge Hotel. After 9 years in London, I had an accident. And basically I had about 35 stitches in my head, and it was all bruised up, and it was very cold. So I went to see a doctor with headaches, and he said, you've got to wear put a hat on all the time because obviously you're swelling.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, you know, it doesn't. Then I said, okay, I will go to a hot country.
Right.
And I moved to Los Angeles first for 6 months. And I actually liked Los Angeles, but again, it wasn't 100% right. And I wanted to go back to London, and I bought a ticket from Asia. You know, when I was young, I loved Bruce Lee and, you know, all these kung fu movies, karate movies, and Asia fascinated me. And it wasn't supposed to be a permanent thing, just a holiday.
Yeah.
But when I came here, there was no going back, you know. It was just, I mean, the whole of Asia. Thailand just happened to be the most affordable place for me at that time. That was it, and still here 26 years later.
Right,
so
until you
early 86, first time as a holiday, and then did all of Asia, not just Thailand, and then went back to England and decided 3 months later that I would like to try Thailand, and still here.
And that was the beginning of your kind of fulfilling your dreams one more time by running a hotel. But actually you own the hotel and then you run the hotel your way.
No, it didn't really start like that. What happened was when I first came here, I had jobs. I was managing a few hotels, one in Bangkok, one in Pattaya. The Pattaya one was a weekend hotel up in second row near Big C in North Pattaya.
It's still there. Yeah.
It's still there. They've changed the name, I believe, to Sabai Resort or something.
Yeah.
And in Bangkok, in Soinaret, near Suriwong, a hotel there called Welcome Plaza.
Right.
And at that time, I decided, why not try and be an agent selling hotels? And I was very lucky because I had good contacts with a lot of people and managed to do a couple of deals and got the money to rent Nipa Lodge, which I turned it into Nova Lodge. Yes, and that. But you know, I had no dreams and no expectations to become what I've become, and you know, I thank God and you know, every day, and you know, for the luck I had, and I think you know, it's time to give back, and we are trying to do that as well.
Oh, that's great. That was in 1994 when you took over the Nipa Lodge and changed to Nova Lodge.
Right.
This is where the word Nova comes in. What does the word Nova mean?
I've said it many times. Nova was on a motorbike, Honda Nova.
Honda Nova, yeah.
And when I checked what it means, it meant new star, right? Or a star in Spanish, right? And I thought, well, you know, sounds a good name. And then we started with a yellow logo to begin with. And later on, we went into the red sun to reflect Asia. But when we started, it was just a cheap logo, but it was Nova Lodge Hotel.
Yeah. You took it over from the company, which is now the Amari or the Onyx, right? But at that time, you took over and then you run it yourself.
Correct.
And then now you're using the Amari brand again to run other hotels of yours.
Yes.
But we'll talk about that one later.
Okay.
But let's talk about Nova Lodge, because we have a lot of memories and histories about the hotel itself. It was actually one of the first hotel in Pattaya built by Russian.
Yes.
Believe it or not.
the first one.
The first one.
I believe it was the first one in Pattaya, yes.
And then the Russian didn't keep it. The Russian investors or the businessman who built the hotel didn't keep it that long, and they sold it to the Amari, the Siam Hotel Group, not the Siam, that current
Siam Lodge.
Siam Lodge Hotel
They
Group,
call
yeah, which is
themselves. And well, I mean, when I took over the hotel, it was an old, rundown property, but the best location in town.
exactly,
And
yeah.
I was just amazed how the regular customers that Amari had were satisfied with the brand Amari, and it was more than just a hotel management company. And you know, when I got lucky enough to own more than one hotel, I don't want to manage them myself. I want to be free to do other things, and my first choice was Amari. And we are now 3 hotels running under the Amari brand, and we have a 4th hotel under construction, and I'm very happy, and they're doing a great job for me.
Right. So if you may, I just like to jump over that conversation a bit. Amari, and then the relationship with the Centara,
Right.
and now with the IHG by bringing the Holiday Inn Express brand.
Right.
So now you're actually dealing with 3 management companies.
3 now, and hopefully we are dealing with a 5-star. I cannot say the name, but we are in negotiations for a new
Okay.
piece of land we bought. Yeah, so there's no limit. I mean, we have different projects and different needs. Yeah, but yes.
Back to Nova Lodge. Zeppelin was one of the most popular German restaurants in town at that
Right.
time.
Yes.
Of course, there were times when it was not a good times, but then it suffered, and then it did well, and then it was a very successful restaurant until you had to give it up, and of course give up the whole property. Are you planning to do another German restaurants again soon?
No.
No.
No, I think I have, as you know, entertainment, restaurant business, a few things, the Irish pub, Jameson's. I have a Chinese restaurant in Bangkok,
Yeah.
Ice Bar, but it's not my cup of tea. It's more for the PR side of the Nova Group. It's not to make money. I don't think there's a competitive market out there to do a good restaurant unless you go something like Mantra or Over the Top, which we are not really into it. We're
You
focusing
did
on-
try it. You had Alchemy for a while.
We did try, and Alchemy was tough, but it actually did all right. But we decided that wasn't the aim at all, and we just moved away from it.
So you switch very quickly. You don't really waste time trying to push it hard and trying to promote the place.
Yeah, if it doesn't go, it doesn't go. So what's the point?
Yeah.
So,
At the same time, you had Big Ben as well for a short period.
well, actually, Zeppelin and Big Ben did very well when we first started. I mean, I remember the first couple of seasons with the Russians, and they just started to come. And Pattaya was probably 70% of what's there now was not there.
Right.
Zeppelin was one of the first restaurants that the Russians really took into. And it was packed, and Big Ben was packed, and it was good times. And when things slowed down, we decided that that's not our business.
So that was probably the kind of the closing or the end of the Nova Lodge era. 16 years in business.
Yes.
You still staying in touch with any of your teams since that time, or any of your teams moved to your new properties?
Yes, we stay in touch. No, nobody moved. Actually, my sales manager, her name is Jet. She was my right-hand man, or right-hand lady, actually, for 16 years. And she took over the lease with some of her friends, and she's running the hotel now. And first, I'm very happy for her, and second, but I had no interest to keep on because we've moved into 4- and 5-star hotels, modern hotels, and
Right.
because the lease term was too short, we couldn't really renovate and do it a nice job of it. So I decided rather than drag the name Nova down, it's better to pull out. And because today on the internet, you go into all of these reviews, and Nova is Nova, and they kick it, and they don't know which one is which. So we got a lot of problems stick because of Nova Lodge. So we decided to pull out.
Okay.
And I'm happy I did. That's where I started. I emotionally I'm very attached to the property, but it's time to move on.
You still go back sometimes? Have a look at the old trees?
You know, it's very strange. I left 2.5 years ago.
And you know,
I've never ever been back. I meet Jet sometimes for a cup of coffee outside or take her out for lunch or dinner in Bangkok, but never been back. And I think that I've never been back because it will hurt me too much, you know. But I had to make a business decision. So if I followed my heart, I would still be there.
great, great. So, and then you, of course, moved into one of the first apartment or the service apartment, and you call it executive service apartment,
Right.
Nova Park.
Correct. Yeah.
So from the hotel, the 100% of the PO hotel, now you're into a kind of a longer retentions of the customers staying at your place, focusing on the residents, expats as well. Of course, but of course you still have the plans to build hotels. But at that time you kind of hold back a bit, and then you do the executive service apartment, waiting to be kind of another landmark until you build and then create
No,
another.
at that time we didn't have plans. Everything that comes today to today, you know.
Uh-huh.
At that time I was fortunate during the crisis of '97. Thailand suffered. I did very well because my rent was in Thai baht, and we managed to double the rates because of the dollar fluctuation.
Right.
That almost doubled. So we did well, and there were a lot of people in big trouble. So basically we used the profits to buy a lot of very, very cheap land. At that time I got married, I had children, you know, and that's how we started. Nova Park was just supposed to be a serviced apartment with no other plans but just a business, and you know, make money. And it was there to one day I knew I'm going to lose Nova Lodge, and then at least I would have another business.
Right, right. So it was kind of a little parallel business already. You already started Nova Park before you finished with the Nova Lodge.
Correct. It was about 3 years, no, actually 5 years.
Okay.
Before I finished Nova Lodge, we opened Nova Park. Yeah?
Right, right, right. And so you had lots of plans. And I just realized that today, one of your dreams is now true, the Dead Sea Spa.
Yes.
You had that idea 10, 12 years ago that you want to actually put this one in town. And then today you have it.
Yes, I mean, I'm trying, you know, I'm like a baby now, trying to, you know, to realize, fulfill all my dreams, yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, we'll have a look at it later on. I'll show you, and then we can talk into it. But yeah. So actually, I bought a piece of land in Bongamat, which is now Nova Mirage. It was 5.5 rai, and the reason I bought it was actually to build a house on it. Believe it or not, you know, I did well from Nova.
That's a nice plot.
Very nice plot, and then, you know, suddenly one day an investor came to see me, an American gentleman, and you know, he suggested and try and get construction prices. I had already a knowledge from building Nova Park and profit margin, and it looked good on paper. So I thought, okay, and then,
why not? Yeah.
And the investor basically paid to come in as a partner with me. And I was very happy with what I saw, and amazingly we sold out in 3 months, completely sold out, and I was very shocked, you know.
And it was then when you see that, yes, that's the future.
Well, no, I didn't even see that.
Still not yet.
Not yet. Okay. I just thought a one-off. But then, you know, when we finished the project, obviously we made very good money, and then I started to build a Marinova Suites. I thought, wow, hold on. If I do developments, it makes good profit. I use the profit to build the hotels, and that's how I can realize my hotel dream. And that's how we started to be developers, you know. So then there was a second and third and fourth, etc.
Nova Suites was the second.
Well, Nova Suites the land was bought, yeah, from Nova Suites, but actually the second one was Nova Atrium, because we didn't have enough money to do Nova Suites. In those days you couldn't do bank loans. So we built Nova Atrium, and we sold out again within 2 or 3 months, and yeah, combined the two together, we did Nova Suites. But then I went into partnership with a great person. His name is Dr. Hari Harilela. He's from Hong Kong. believe, the richest Indian in Hong Kong. He owns a lot of holiday inns and hotels. He's like me, a bit older than me. He will be 90 in August. But we've met through a common friend, which is his niece, Kumar, and he liked the idea, and we started the hotel business, and since then I think in most of the hotels we are partners. And I'm privileged to be a partner with him.
To be here this evening, I made a special request to Rony, who is a very dear friend of mine, that I would like to see this opening of the Nova group. Rony has been my friend for many, many years, and I think we complement each other in doing the hotel. And I think it's two minds that meet together. It's very rare. Rony and I have been just like twin brothers with one heart. This evening, I'm so happy to be here because we have this Nova Platinum, a 5-star quality, and we serve you all as 4-star because we welcome everyone from every walk of the life. And may I say that please enjoy yourself.
Oh, that's great. And this is one of the projects that Dr. Harry is really, really proud of. And of course yourself is very proud of. You had the grand opening just beginning of last year.
That's right.
When you finished the 3rd wing, and then you expanded, and then...
Well, I think, you know, this property is very strange because this used to be a bowling alley with some cheap rooms on top. And you see all the swimming pool here and the other swimming pool.
Yeah.
That was all the bowling alley. You know?
I remember that.
And people were trying to sell it for years. They were trying to sell it, and it was very cheap in those days.
As bowling alleys.
As bowling alley, right? And of course, in those days, suddenly there were modern bowling alleys, and I thought, hold on, this already has a few rooms, and the other building was part of the package, so you have to buy these two together. So I said, I've got 180 rooms between the two. This one wasn't there yet, right? And we decided to turn it into a hotel. And really never looked back. I mean, look at this, you know, it's a lot nicer than a bowling alley.
If you notice, you have your signature waterfall swimming pool. Every project that you build as a hotel, you actually put, even the Nova Atrium and the Nova Mirage,
Yes.
you have the waterfall. You really like the waterfall structures and features of the...
I believe that nature is the most relaxing, the most beautiful thing for people to be in that environment. And if you've got a combination of tropical and water, you can't go wrong. And yes, it's worked for us, and I think you can see that, you know, customers are really enjoying it.
People come to Thailand for this.
Exactly, and it's worked for us again very well, and we are going to stick to it, you know. Even the high rises that I do, we always make sure that we still, you know, don't forget the garden area.
Okay, so let's take a quick tour at the Nova Platinum.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go to the Holiday Inn Express.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just a site now, so hopefully in a couple of years from now you can see the finished product.
So it's not really far from here, right? You like the South Pattaya?
Well, this has been a very good area for us. I mean, you know, obviously Walking Street is just up the road. And this is a prime second road location. This is the entrance to Nova Platinum here. It's been excellent for us. So we actually decided to go with Holiday Inn Express because we believe in the brand. It seems to be popular today, and we bought a small site actually. Don't even need to go out, but I can show you the site from the car, and it's right here. See?
All right.
Okay, so this is the site for the Holiday Inn Express, and we've just completed piling now. So piling is finished, and then after Songkran we're going to start actually the construction itself, and that will take about 18 months to complete. Yeah.
How many rooms?
161 rooms. It was originally supposed to be a Nova Express, but then we decided to go with Holiday Inn Express, and they have a great. And also Dr. Harry owns a few Holiday Inns around the world, so we got a good deal from them. So we are very happy with that. This area, of course, just on the left here, you've got Walking Street. So we believe that it's going to be very popular for the single traveler. And also the name Holiday Inn will bring also families, etc. and a lot of tour groups. So we're looking forward to opening that one. Well, I actually think that Pattaya is probably, I would say, guess, the fastest growing city in the world. I've been here 26 years, and really 80% of what you see now wasn't here before. And you know, it's just growing so much. I mean, you know, where you are, right? They're planning to do a big shopping mall there, and all over Pattaya, the boom is real. It seems that it's just the beginning. You know, you've got 2/3 of the world within 3 hours from Pattaya, the Indians and the Chinese, you know. And, you know, Pattaya is a fun city. People don't see Pattaya anymore as a sleazy town. They see it as everything. You've got entertainment, you've got nightlife, you've got date life, you've got better beaches, you've got amazing hotels, restaurants, shopping. There's a couple of water parks under construction. They're talking about bringing Disney. I mean, this city 10 years from now, I think will double in size, you know, so the potential is endless. I mean, well, I mean, my philosophy is, you know, stick to what you're good at, right?
Stick to what you're good at.
Yes, that's my philosophy, and never give up. You know, I've tried so many businesses. So many times I've saved $1,000, $2,000, $10,000 and lost it in 1 hour. It took me 2 years to save it, you know, trying new businesses, whatever. But I kept on and on and on, and, you know, and not everyone is lucky, and that's why I say luck is a part of it, you know, but definitely.
So you've been through a lot of trial and errors.
I've been a lot of ups and downs. I had bad times, good times, you know. My first son, we didn't have money to buy diapers for him, you know. I think he was, for the first 6 months of his life, he was naked, you know. Yeah, so that was life, you know. But yes, we are again lucky and happy, and the passion is there. If you don't have passion, you will never succeed. You must have passion to do, you know. So now this particular road here.
Soy Sukrudi.
Yes, Soy Sukrudi. A lot of people refer to it as Soy Nova because I have a lot of properties in here, and this is my Sentara hotel here.
Sentara Pattaya Hotel.
Sentara Pattaya Hotel. Actually, we just opened it three months ago, and it's still brand new, this hotel, right? So we are really looking forward to completing the second building. But we're going to have lunch here, of Okay?
Okay, great. Thank you.
So